Take us back to August. What are your recollections of that event?
Well, we do a lot of things for team building, and one thing that all our players, even the ones that leave our program and kind of reflect back and encourage me to do even more, is to we call them crossover dinners or crossover meetings where we have our staff. I'll take like 15 players to my house for dinner, and they'll be randomly chosen. There'll be different positions, guys that generally just don't sit in meetings together, and a cross section of our team. And every coach does that at the same time, and have their own dinners, and then they all come over having dinner at my house, and I'll stand up and say, I'm Gary Pinkel. I grew up in Akron, Ohio, and I start talking about my family, everything about my family, and everybody unloads everything about themselves. It's remarkable. And Michael Sam was not with my group this past August when we did it. We do it 2 or 3 times a year, but in August he was in another group, and I got a phone call from the coach right afterwards. And Michael told the whole group that he's gay, and so that's when I first heard of it. And I'm really proud of Mike, and really proud of our football team. We have great kids and good people, and they're understanding, and that's kind of the environment we have and the family atmosphere we have at Mizzou.
So after that announcement, did you then meet with him individually and talk about what was going to happen going forward and how potentially things would be handled?
Yeah, the next morning he came in to me, and first of all, I gave him a hug and told him I loved him. And, you got our 100% support. And we have to talk about now, what do you want to do? Do you want this to come out now? Do you want this to, after the season, after the NFL draft, whatever? What are you thinking here, Michael? And so we talked to him about that. And Chad Moeller, who's our media relations in our athletic department, football, does a great job. And we all just talked about, what the ramifications of what would come up of anything that you might say. We told him to think about that night. And that next day he came in, and he just said, I do not want to have any distractions for our football team. We got to focus on football, and I'll do it at another time. I said, okay, that's fine. And after the season was over, I talked to him briefly about it, and he said he just wasn't sure yet. And then I talked to him again last week. He came to my office, and he told me that most people know, he's aware of it. And I think one of the great things about Michael is he wanted to tell his story. And I told him this, this was going to be big, which is an understatement. But he's a great young man, and very, very proud of him.
And Coach, 100% acceptance of anything, no matter the topic, is almost unheard of nowadays. And you got 100 players on that team. Were there any players that talked to any of you or the coaches privately that were not accepting of this?
Well, what I did, no, not really. What I did is I really stayed in touch with our captains a lot. I communicated with our seniors and our captains a lot. And when this went on, when this happened the next day or two, I'd go to the captains and meet some of the seniors, say, how's the team doing, everything okay? And they're kind of honest with me, let me know if things were okay. But I'm not naive enough to think that, that there's certainly players that may have different opinions on this, not only this, but other social issues. I'm not naive enough to believe that. I'm sure there are. But at the end of the day, it's about the team, it's about the family, and we accept one another, we accept our differences. And that's where respect and understanding is important.